surrounded by lawn. And I can tell you a little bit about this lawn. It's very heavily compacted. Very, very, very heavily compacted. You can actually just see the tree doesn't have a whole lot of mulch, so it doesn't have soil that it needs. The soil was probably scraped away 30 years ago when this community was built. But here you can see some staining on the side of this tree, and let's trace it up to actually this oozing. Now today is cold, and there's not a whole lot of insect activity. You can see a little bit, but when I was here yesterday, there was a lot of bugs buzzing around here, licking up this secretion. And actually, when I first spotted it, it was really warm, and there were butterflies and wasps, all sorts of stuff. This is something called bacterial slime flux. There's nothing you can do to treat it, but what it's telling you is that this tree is stressed. And in this case, often bacterial slime flux means that there are soil issues going on. I want to show you another oak here, same landscape setting. Kind of look down at the grass as we go. Not that I care so much about the grass, I want you to more see just like, I can't really show you with this little cell phone, but the soil is just very, very compacted and barren. Another very large oak tree, and again, this community was built 30 years ago. Here's a better look at sort of the soil. There's not a nice bed here. The tree does not have roots in which it can grow happily. But here we've got another set of secretion coming out. And I wish it was a little warmer out today so you could just see the proliferation of bugs that were here. Again, this is bacterial slime flux. This is the tree telling us that it's stressed. You can't do anything to treat this except for treat the underlying stress factors. If you look here, there's staining. And you might be tempted to think that this is also bacterial slime flux, and it could be, but it's most likely to do with water pooling in the junction of this tree. Now I would have to get up there to identify this for certain. It could be some major slime flux, or it could just be water staining. But anyway, the telltale signs of bacterial slime flux is it's going to be oozing out. It can often be foamy. This one's not foamy, the other one is. And you'll often see bugs swirling around it. They're licking up the sweet flux. And not to be confused with Phytophthora, which Phytophthora is going to be dark staining, usually more of like a quarter size. And unfortunately, there's no Phytophthora on these trees because I'd love to show you. Phytophthora, the particular Phytophthora I'm referring to, we call bleeding canker. And I can usually find bleeding canker in a situation like this, especially if I had a maple nearby. I could almost surely find it. Let me see if this maple has any. Probably not, because I think I would have seen it. But bleeding canker is a little different. It's a type of Phytophthora. You'll see like a quarter size dark stain, and you will not see the oozing and the foaming with actual liquid, and you will not see there's nothing here. You will not see the foaming action that often happens with bacterial slime flux. Also, Phytophthora is something for which we do have a treatment. And if we could smell through a cell phone, which we can't, this bacterial slime flux has a very particular smell to it. You can, oh God, I just sniffed in some gnats. Anyway, don't sniff in gnats like I just did. But you'll be able to smell it. Has a unique, sweet, pungent odor. And you'll see bugs hanging about. If we come back in a week or two, we'll see a bunch of wasps and bees here. Probably some butterflies too.